I want to apologize for not making any Christmas movie reviews during the time of Christmas. And it's just gonna go on explanation more and more, so whatever, I don't have to get into that. But anyways, this is Derrick Yasha, and I'm doing Christmas in July, and I'm doing Christmas movie reviews, and of course, first one being How the Grinch Stole Christmas and more. Alright, so let's get into it. What the movie is about and the story. Alright, so what happens is the Grinch basically wants to steal Christmas because of the Who's making too much noise and all that. And plus, he just doesn't like Christmas. He's just a Scrooge. And that's it. That's all. But anyways, really good story for a short movie, 22 minutes. And I guess it's just a really good story overall. There's not much that I could explain more. I'm sorry about that, but I have other movies to cover. The voice work done by what was his name? Boris Karloff, Frankenstein himself. He does a really good job as the Grinch. I mean, really, phenomenal. And then you got Tony the Tiger singing the theme. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Yeah. I'm sorry. The voice acting is good. The animation is good. And overall, the movie itself, this is just a really good movie. I can't really explain more about this, but this one I always pop in and watch. Even if it's not during Christmas, I pop it in and I still enjoy it. Okay, but since I already talked about that, I'll talk a little bit about this because I'll just do a mini review anyways. Well, anyways, the movie is basically about the same thing, but it gives us a reason why the Grinch does what he does, alright? He was picked on as a kid, so on and so forth, and he was trying to impress this girl, but of course that somebody basically bothered him, and all the kids made fun of him, and then pretty much later, the Grinch just hates all the Who's and hates Christmas and all that. Okay, there's not really that much explained here for the story, just like a retelling of this basically, but the live action version. Jim Carrey does a phenomenal job as the Grinch, and basically everyone else does a phenomenal job. Sorry, I forgot to say the acting. Um, I guess the writing is good. The dialogue is good in this movie. The cinematography and the visuals also good in this movie. Practical effects, special effects, and all that jazz. Um, Rick Baker does a really good job on makeup, especially, and practical effects look very good in this movie. Of course, there's some CGI here and there, but whatever. The music is really good in this movie. I forgot to mention the music in this movie. The music is good in this movie too. The movie overall itself, and both of them, they're both really good classics, to believe it or not. And both movies get 5 out of 5. They are really that good. Awesome. They are really that awesome and good. And I could pop these in whenever I want. So, yeah. Alright, so let's get to the next movie. I'm sorry if this is kind of choppy and rough and all that. Okay, so A Christmas Story. What the movie is about in the story, or what the story is about in the movie. Basically, Ralphie wants a Red Ryder for Christmas, and he asks his mom and dad if he could get one. They're kind of iffy on that, and basically everybody is out to get him. And of course, the catchphrase is, uh, "You'll shoot your eye out, kid." So yeah. Um, will Ralphie get the Red Rider? You have to watch it and find out. Anyways, the story is really good in this movie, and it's just that damn good. Alright, so let's get into the acting. Everyone does a phenomenal job in this movie. I mean, really. The acting is just overall good. And the writing is good as the movie goes from point A to point B to point C, and I really like all of it. The dialogue is good, cinematography and the visuals, they look good. Practical and special effects and everything else looks good. Um, the music in the movie is also good, and overall the movie itself, you just gotta watch this movie every Christmas, honestly, and it's just really that good, really. Um, I would say check this out almost every year, or check it out every year, or every Christmas, whatever Christmas you could catch it on. And this thing plays on a lot of stations, so you might will catch it. But yeah, moving on. I'm sorry if there's not that much to this review. I'm sorry. Home Alone. Um, okay, what the movie is about and the story. All right. So basically, the McAllisters want to go to Paris on Christmas, and of course that Buzz acts like a fucking asshole to Kevin. Of course, that Kevin does something, and basically they forgot him, and so on and so forth. He's in the house by himself, and of course, the wet bandits try to break in there, and it's up to him to basically keep the house safe and for his mom to try to get back to him. Alright, so the story is really good here, and let's get to the acting. Alright, the acting is really good by Macaulay Culkin and Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern and Catherine O'Hara and I think it was John Hurt. Yeah, if I could look for it, I'm sorry, people. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, everyone does a phenomenal job in this movie, and it's just really that damn good. Um, Also, the writing as the movie goes from point A to point B to point C. I like point B and point C. That's where the movie really starts off. Really, like in the middle when the family just leave and it's just Kevin in the house. That's when the movie gets a lot better, honestly. Because it's a slow start and it's a slow burn, but I like after Kevin is just alone. Um, Anyways, let me get to the dialogue. The dialogue is just funny as hell. Whatever comes out of the characters' mouths, sometimes, not all the times. And um, the cinematography and the visuals look good in this movie. Overall, just really good. Um, Practical effects, special effects, all that stuff. Practical effects like the slapstick stuff look good when Kevin sets up the traps and all of that. Um, Everything from I guess gags and all that. It's just really good, really really good. The music is phenomenal in this movie, and overall the movie itself. This movie gets a 5 out of 5. It's just really that damn good, honestly. And I think I forgot to give this movie a 5 out of 5. Forgive me if I already did. It's just my mind is just somewhere right now. So, anyways, let's get to Home Alone 2. Basically, this plays out the same thing like part 1, except that Kevin, sorry about that. Kevin gets lost from his family, so that he goes to New York. And basically, it just plays out same thing like part one, just like I explained before. But except that this one takes place in New York. Anyways, the story is really good in here, and um, there's not much more to explain. I'm sorry if I froze. Let's get to the acting. Just again, everyone does a really good job, and Macaulay Culkin does a phenomenal job. Also, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern yet again. The trio does a phenomenal job. Okay, the writing as the movie goes from point A to point B to point C, I feel the same way as I feel as for one. And basically, it's just same thing. Slow start, slow burn, whatever. Let's get into the dialogue. The dialogue is a little bit funny yet again. And let's get into cinematography and the visuals. They look very nice. They look good, and the shots of New York look excellent as well. Um, the practical effects, the special effects, all that. Okay, practical effects look good. Yet again, as I mentioned for this, I don't have to mention anything like that because um, you already know how I feel about it. It's just really good. The music is good in the film, the scores, all that. And overall, the movie itself, this movie just gets a 5 out of 5. Both of these get 5 out of 5. Yeah, so of course, the next movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. What the story is about in the movie. Anyways, Jack gets bored of every year being Halloween season, so he tries to go look for a fun tradition, basically to put in Hollow's Town or whatever. It's been a long time since I've ever seen this movie. Well, anyways, he discovers Christmas, and he wants to put Christmas into Hollow's Town. So yeah. Really good story, and it's just really that good. Alright, so let's get to the voice acting. The voice acting is really good. The writing as the movie goes from point A to point B to point C, that is also good. Um, I really like point B and point C. It's just kind of weird to say that again. Um, anyways, the dialogue was good in the movie. The cinematography and the visuals look excellent. Stop motion animation looks phenomenal for this film. Special effects, practical effects, all that. Well, first of all, the practical effects look good. Special effects look good. Um, the music, because this is a musical. Excuse me. This is a musical, and it's a really good musical. One of my favorite songs being "This Is Halloween," and what's this, and stuff like that. I forgot the lyrics to that song, but anyways, as you could tell, the soundtrack is really good for this movie. And overall, the movie itself, this is a fucking blast, honestly. It gets a hell fucking yeah, dog, for reals. And the movie gets 5 out of 5. It's really that good. Okay, so I guess the last movie is, of course, Jangle All the Way. Alright, so what is this movie about and the story? Well, first of all, Howard, his son asks him to get him a Turbo Man for Christmas. And of course, at the last minute, he decides to go get a Turbo Man on, I believe it's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I think Christmas Eve. Yeah, well, it's up to Howard to try to go get this Turbo Man, and you have a lot of bunch of crazy people wanting Turbo Man, and you have to watch the film to find out if he ever gets the Turbo Man. Anyways, the story is really good for this movie, and the acting, of course, Arnold does a really good job in this movie, and the kid from Star Wars, I find him to be okay in this movie, but it's just like when he was in Star Wars Episode One, my God. But I don't have to explain more, man. Honestly. Tom Arnold does a good job. Um, I mean, everyone in this movie does a really good job. Even Sinbad, and I like Sinbad. Um, all right, so let's get to the writing. As the movie goes from point A to point B to point C, I really like point B and point C, really. Because that, of course, is when you have Howard going to try to track down the Turbo Man. So, yeah. Um, alright, the dialogue was good in this movie. The cinematography and the visuals, they were good, they were okay. Um, I guess practical effects, special effects, all that. Practical effects actually looked really good in this movie, and special effects was nice. And the music in the movie was good, and overall, the movie itself, it gets a hell fucking yeah dog, and a 5 out of 5. And this is a must watch movie. All of these movies, right here, I'm sorry. All these movies right here are must watch. You gotta watch them all, man, honestly. I'm sorry if I couldn't do a better review, but I'm just going through a lot of shit right now. And shit is just hitting the fan. And if you want, go check out the reviews and my favorites. Their reviews for these movies. Alright, anyways, I am out. Peace.